Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a highly requested video on CitizenCon 2949 updates and what we can expect, leaks and rumours, all that sort of stuff around the event. It's where the biggest news and reveals, presentations and gameplay shown off for both Star Citizen and Squadron 42 typically. The physical event this year is in the Central Convention Complex, Manchester, England, on the 23rd of November 2019. Tickets have long since sold out though, but the whole day's goings on will be fully live streamed on twitch.tv/Star Citizen. So what is CitizenCon? It's a full day of presentations, panels, streamed and interactive demonstrations, and sort of like a big celebration of Star Citizen, loads and loads of reveals, that sort of stuff. It's the main sort of like sale and reveal time for the game. We typically get an hour plus of sort of like a mixture of gameplay, near future gameplay, sort of mixed in with some cool, more further down the line reveals all together. So expect to see a keynote presentation that recaps plans for the game and then reveals some new ships and vehicles and new gameplay, and then at the end of the day they last year anyway had the road to release talking about the pillars of Star Citizen's persistent universe and release plans, and this year's CitizenCon is merging with the anniversary sale known as the Anniversary Expo. The Expo last year focused on sales and trying out ships that you could try for free, some new ship releases, an in-game event, and some ships that were shown off that weren't ready yet, but they were shown off in sort of like the Expo Hall in-game. Let's quickly read out the CitizenCon 2949 blurb, as it does have some relevance. CitizenCon 2949 invites you into the unknown. We've all stayed up at the night sky and wondered, but it takes more to leave it all behind and chart a course for the great unknown. It takes a strong will to risk everything for the chance to experience something truly special, to see the beauty in stark, otherworldly vistas previously unseen by human eyes. It takes an indomitable spirit to undertake a journey that could change the very course of history, that could forever expand humankind's understanding of our place in the verse. Above all, it takes unbending determination and drive to reach into the unknown, pull back greatness. This November, we invite you to find out yourself, to find greatness. I also want to quickly mention the digital goodies pack that CIG are selling for $15. It was $10 last year for some in-game items that are going to be made available at some point after CitizenCon. So this year, it's a full set of in-game armor, an in-game ship plushie, though they haven't told us what make and model yet, and an in-game decorative telescope and CitizenCon trophy. So I'm expecting the ship plushie to be like the Anvil Pisces or some form of new ship they reveal. The blurb and digital goodies pack, to me, suggest that exploration is the theme. There had also previously been a Nick Croshaw quote, who's the gentleman-in-law that discovered the first jump point. These are the mediums by which you're going to travel between star systems in-game. So let's talk about what gameplay, some of which has been leaked and rumoured, that might be shown off for the persistent universe at CitizenCon this year. So it's likely that they're going to be showing off gameplay from the next major patch, so some of the gameplay elements of Alpha 3.8 and Alpha 3.9, as well as some future gameplay that's further out CIG should have been working on or partly implemented for a gameplay presentation. In a video from May 2019, I actually talked about some of the things that I thought would be shown and that have since sort of been reinforced by teasers for the event, the goodie packs, and Star Citizen Leaks, a Discord that goes out of its way to rip apart code and actively seek out information about the game and rumours for it. They found some code suggesting that there will be gameplay of the Anvil, Carrack and Pisces scout snub. So the Pisces is the snub that the Carrack is supposed to carry, and this will have those ships together travelling to a jump point. Now, the system that is attached to that jump point isn't listed, but I have previously suggested that it's likely to be one of the systems that connect directly from Stanton, then lead onto the Odin system. So it makes sense for it to be the Pyro system, in my opinion, anyway, although possibly Magnus system also makes sense, but Pyro makes the most sense because then they can connect it to Nyx and literally just hop towards the Odin system. The Odin system is the system that they've got for Squadron 42, so you know that's at least partly built out. I have a more complex breakdown of my reasoning and the star systems that I think CIG will expand to in what order in another video, which I will link down below. I also expect to see things like New Babbage and Crusader Urizen, sort of like the new landing zones that they've got planned for the Persistent Universe, for the Stanton system. It makes sense because they've been working on those sort of like planets and landing locations for a while now, and it's something that you might want to show, even if it's just very briefly, or if they start a presentation there or end the presentation on one of these like landing zones, new planets. Also, any new straight to flyable ready ships and vehicles are likely to be shown off at this stage as well, literally just in-game in their sort of like test environment. Squadron 42 is also likely to be a big part of the show in some regard. So Episode 1 has a roadmap to completion with a feature-complete beta planned for Q3 2020 currently. I'm expecting to see a Squadron 42 release date come out of CitizenCon this year, but also some new reveals, a trailer and/or gameplay of Squadron 42 makes sense. Really, what I'm expecting is that they're going to start a big marketing campaign for Squadron 42 Episode 1. It makes sense that they would start it at this year's CitizenCon, and they sort of like need to genuinely start to prove that they can get a full-fledged product out the door. At the end of CitizenCon, I would expect another road to release where Chris Roberts should talk about the priorities of the game, what the plans are for the next year or so, although this could be merged with the keynote, I suppose. Expect them to talk about, whether this is in road to the release or just generally throughout the day, about staggered development, server-side object container streaming, server meshing, organization features, and key gameplay features for the game. Anvil Anniversary Expo stuff. So last year we had different manufacturers' ships go on sale each day of an expo. And the expo is merged with CitizenCon this year. Almost every ship that's going to be flyable by humans anyway, that's been previously on sale, should be available again to purchase whatever state it's in. Some ships will be limited in quantity, like if they sell more Javelins or Idris or 890 Jumps, they've got a limited amount of hulls that they will sell for them. Some ships are promo-only ships, so things like the Saber Raven, that shouldn't go on sale, so bear that in mind, but there's only like that and the Mustang Omega, which is the AMD sort of like variant of the Mustang Gamma. It's just a skin change. There were also some discount starter packs that went on sale last year, so if you're looking to pick up a starter pack for like, what, $5 or $10 cheaper, and that's something that might happen. I would also expect a free fly event throughout the entirety of CitizenCon and the Expo. The Expo probably will last a couple of weeks. Expect an in-game event for the Expo and CitizenCon as well. In 2018, we had show floors at Lawville on Hurston. This year, it looks much more likely to be at ArcCorp, and there's been some leaks and rumours about that as well, so probably Area 18 or one of the areas around ArcCorp will have this sort of like expo that will change each day. Expect different freely rentable ships each day of that expo as well, in the same vein they had last year. Between the expo and keynote, we should see some new ships and vehicles go on sale. Some of these are likely to be straight to flyable and added into the game at CitizenCon or literally during the Expo event. We could also see some concepts though. The Expo is sponsored by Anvil this year, and that suggests to me that we will see some Anvil ships that are new, and some of which may be straight to flyable. So expect the Anvil Pisces snub to go on sale, and we're expecting it to be flyable anyway, though it's a bit of a small ship for CitizenCon, sort of like the grandeur of something that CIG might sell, so I would expect something else from Anvil as well. Anvil make durable military style ships typically, and I would expect something Corvette sized or above. Someone was actually talking to me about the potential for battle cruisers the other day, which is still possible. There's the RSI Mantis Heavy Fighter. There was a leak on the Star Citizen Leaks Discord a while ago, saying they had some details of a 30-meter heavy RSI fighter that was potentially viable and planned for CitizenCon, and that still may be the case. However, there have been a couple of other teasers that have come out since then. There was a concierge newsletter implying that there was a RSI vehicle or ship coming out with 3.7, or at least very soon on some form of concept sale. And there's also now a coming soon page that was posted on the RSI website with a picture of a constellation on one of the sort of pictures and a caterpillar on the other picture in an asteroid field which appears to be around Yalla. A small logo is also underneath this picture. Digging into the page code, there's reference to the RSI K-list, although that could literally mean anything. Some people are thinking this is meaning that the Mantis is going to potentially go on sale before CitizenCon and might be new. Some people are suggesting that there might be an interdiction ship or a stealth ship from RSI, or it could be anything really. It could even be an E-War ship or something like that. In fact, spoofing an E-War ships and that sort of stuff, I do expect to see them in the game in a bit more detail and sort of like more ships to flesh that sort of mechanic out at some point beyond the Vanguard Sentinel. We do need a way of interdicting ships in game as well as players. So some other potentials that we could see in the sort of like Expo and CitizenCon sales beyond what I just mentioned. They actually range from quite potentially possible things to quite wild things. So there's Titan suits, a station building ship, medium mining, salvage and scanning ships, military ground vehicles like a light tank, APCs, potentially farming and building vehicles as well. There's Sidnus mining ticks, new alien ships, new capital ships. There's quite a lot that CIG could expand into, having sort of like one ship of each size, so small, large, medium, and capital ship, and potentially even a vehicle for each of the gameplay mechanics that they have planned in game. There are going to be panels throughout the day too. Expect something similar to last year's panels. They had sort of like these presentations they had on stage, which were about an hour long each, and they had 2 different panels going on different stages at a time. Last year there was a panel for the like new flight model and the art of Hurston, character tech, crafting space, NPCs in the economy, land surveying, physics, and a whole lot more. I would expect some high level information on economy, events, NPCs, and important gameplay mechanics this year, and lots of other relevant panels based on hot topics and what is going to be shown at CitizenCon. So some of these sort of panels will be very specific to what is being shown. Expect whatever sort of like new vehicles and new gameplay mechanics that are associated with them potentially will also have a panel and a bit of a presentation on exactly what is going on with those ships and vehicles. And that's it really at the moment for what we know, expect, and the leaks and rumours that we've heard from CitizenCon at the moment. But what do you think? Is there anything else that you think we might see at CitizenCon or the Anniversary Expo? I'm going to be attending CitizenCon this year, so if you'd like to get me to ask any appropriate devs that I meet a question, then you can leave those questions down below as well. I will do a more official question gathering thread at some point as well, but in the meantime, you can chuck them down there if you so wish. But whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For September 2019, it's for an Anvil Carrack, the mighty exploration ship. It is being donated by the organisation Ultra. They are a chaotic, neutral, multi-role org where they encourage their members to focus on their speciality and find their speciality, and they provide them the freedom to play however they want. In Ultra, you're not just another drone, you become part of a family is the idea. Links below to check them out. They are recruiting. To be in for a chance of winning that ship, just comment on any of my videos made during September though. A random comment will be chosen as the winner. More details below. I am also shilling for NordVPN and Shadow gaming PCs, so use the code BoredGamer for discounts there. NordVPN, in a world of censorship and privacy issues, VPNs allow you to browse the net and play games in more safety. NordVPN has many benefits over free VPNs, and that's why I shill for it. Some of you also might be interested in Shadow cloud gaming stuff. This allows you an alternative to sort of like buying and maintaining your own gaming PC. You can stream a custom Windows 10 environment to devices like your phone, a laptop, or a crappier, lesser PC, and bam, it's fantastically powerful and it's maintained and hardware is regularly updated for you. It's a fantastic service, Shadow. Cloud gaming certainly has quite a big future ahead of it. If you'd like to further support my channel, please consider subscribing, sharing this video, ringing the YouTube bell so you get notifications when a video goes live. This is a channel that is funded by the community via donations, Patreon members, YouTube members, and anyone else that wants to get involved with comments and helping. Thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile. Take care, and I will see you in the verse.